you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to break down the entire Imallexx situation. This has just gone obviously completely viral. Alex is a YouTuber. He just recently hit 2 million subscribers. He makes kind of like, I guess, what he would consider comedy style commentary, and he had, you know, a really big presence on YouTube. His ex-girlfriend, whose name is Alice, just came out and released everything that happened during their about 1-year relationship. Now, I do need to place a trigger warning. This video is going to be covering SA, suicide, depression, and domestic violence. I know that those are very triggering for a lot of us, so if you need to skip this video, please do so. Take care of yourself and your mental health, your emotional health, and catch a different video. But if you're interested in the entire situation with the evidence, then please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I know that a lot of people on social media, and I have been one of them as well, when something like this is mentioned and it's just simply a headline with no context, nothing attached to it, you know, it's usually like, well, what's the other side have to say? What else is happening that we might not know about? This situation, Alice has released so much evidence, so many text exchanges, so many video clips, so much that there is absolutely no question that Imallexx needs to, I think that he needs to be charged for what he did to Alice. So let's just start at the top. She has released an 82-page Google document that highlights so much. So it starts and says, "This is a sensitive subject for me, as I have struggled to figure out how to put it into words. I have been threatened by Alex to not come out with anything at all and keep quiet, or he will create a contradicting story to discredit my own, but I'm not scared anymore. No matter what is said in response to the statement, I know I've said my piece and can move on with my life. I made this document as a compilation of my experiences while being with Alex, and have put screenshots of these accounts under the corresponding paragraphs. This will be a long one, as I want to start from the beginning so you can understand the full story and heavy burden this has been on me. We had known of each other for years before we interacted, and were seeing each other for a few months before anything was official. We officially started dating March 17th, 2023, giving each other 100% of our attention, time, and effort with no arguments. After that, time passed and small things became huge issues, which were over Discord at first. Alex felt that because I am home all day and work from home, that I would be able to call 24/7 and completely shut out any other social interactions I have with my friends. Huge red flag very early on. To avoid that, I invited him into my groups and stopped working as much. These small arguments worsened to the point where he would turn on his camera and start shouting at me on call. He has gone as far as to tell me to self-harm. At this point, after I told him my history prior, this would be accompanied with multiple horrible messages calling me a whore, a bitch, and slimy. He would also tell me that I caused arguments as an excuse for me to leave him, saying, I don't know how I ended up with someone like you. I've seen a few people describe Alex as the YouTube nice guy, and they're so surprised by this. Honestly, I will tell you guys, I've always said I'm not surprised by what any of these YouTubers are doing behind the scenes. And in fact, the nicer that someone acts, those are sometimes the ones that are hiding the darkest secrets. And, you know, oh, they're so likable, and there's this like shock factor that they're creating domestic violence with their partners. And I'm personally just not really surprised, but nevertheless, of course, as we go through the video, tell me how you feel about all of this, and do you know Alex? Did you subscribe to his channel? I know that I think in a couple of my videos, I have used clips from his videos, not recently at all, but I know of him. I didn't watch his content consistently, but wow. You'll notice in these exchanges, he really, really, really reminds me of somebody that is just like mentally they're stuck at 13 or 14 years old. He's very immature and extremely enraged by the person that he's in a relationship with for literally no reason. Let's start with the screenshots. So I will put them on screen, but here Alex is spamming Alice saying now or no. She says, I'm with everyone, but I can leave. He said, don't worry, I'll just go to bed. She said, okay. He said, LOL, what a day. Guess everyone has got something better to do. Nobody wants me around. It's class. I love this. I love it. And she responded, wow, really? Here in this screenshot, he is spamming join, 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 join. She responds, child. He continues to spam the word join. Here she says, you can't give me 10 minutes to calm down and then talk. He says, am I a mind reader? You hung up on me before I could say anything. You fucking R word. Ha ha ha. You knew. You knew. She said, stop calling me shit, Alex. He said, how much that pissed me off. Cry. I don't care. She responded saying, I am. Here he says, idiot, talk, talk. She responds, yawn. And he responded, you text like a R word, so call me. You say everything wrong on text. She said, I'll stop then. He said, because you're effing stupid, so call me. She said, nope, I'm not. He responds, yes. And then it's just nonstop. She said, he responds, yes, you clearly are. She says, bye. He responds, bye, F you, you weird effing idiot. You win, F you, F you. And he just continues to say that. After she responds, understand I didn't call because you're insulting me. Here in this exchange, she says, I literally said I'm scared. And he responds, nah, this has pissed me off, making it my choice over something already arranged. It's just constantly back and forth, insults, spamming text messages. Here she says, I just said, I understand you, and you said you hate me, and goodbye. Have a good day, man. And he responds, stop effing talking over me. You're unbearable to talk to. I can't cope with it. You got what you wanted. See ya. And she says, I didn't. I wanted reassurance. Got an argument instead. And he responds, shut up. Here she's asking him to chill out. He says, literally F off. She said, K, night. And he said, you annoying, see you next Tuesday, if you know what I mean. I have to be very careful with my language here. Here she inserts a little bit more context and says, after screaming at me in calls and disregarding everything I have ever said, he would explain how it is always my fault and that I should apologize, that I should fix it and fight for him after he has made it worse by completely dehumanizing and degrading me. I would get breakup threats because I interacted with my followers' tweets, which I would then apologize for after he made it very clear he was upset but demands more from me. This will be followed by him continuing to call me a B word and threatening, I'm going to refollow everyone I unfollowed for you if you're going to be like that, which, by the way, I found later he was still interacting with many people he had old relations with, and found him stalking his ex with her old nudes in his phone. Here he's saying, how do you not understand? I hate you. You're purposely being so dense. I don't know why you make everything so hard. Here she adds more context and said, I'm going to link all the horrible messages that have been sent to me. They consist of him calling me unlovable, whore, psycho, constantly calls me sick, telling me he doesn't want to be with me, breaks up with me, and then takes it back. After all these arguments, he apologizes and love bombs me for forgiveness. For context in regards to me, I have depression, and he made it severely worse when he would insult me and make me feel like he doesn't care or love me. I found it hard to stay happy every day dating someone who said these things so easily to me, feeling no remorse or guilt. He just flew past the days like nothing ever happened. This was immensely draining on my side. I don't know if it's just a me thing. So I've been scared to talk about this because I worried I wouldn't be easily understood. People will question why I even stayed, and believe me, I wish I could turn back time, but I believed his lies when he apologized to me, and I really tried to believe he would stop going so far if I asked him to. I thought I was good enough for him to stop calling me a whore or tell me to die or threaten to leave in every argument. And it's just relentless, the back and forth. Him calling her names, calling her the C word, saying you're dumb, a dumb woman, you're too much work, you're stressing me out, constantly saying F you, F off. As soon as I realized you were being a freak, F off. Calls her the N word multiple times, saying let's break up, I want to break up, I don't love you, we're over, I hate talking to you. Here he's saying, you're a jobless freak. Imagine trying to teach our words. Saying you're too small-brained. Shut the F up. You dumb whore. Emotional level of an effing brick. You're a shit girlfriend, he said. You were being a see you next Tuesday. Here he drops the N-word again. It's just constant verbal abuse. It is constant from him. Here Alice says, Alex would tell me he meant it when he said these horrible things to me, but would tell me he didn't mean it after he had calmed down. He told me to shut up and KILL yourself after I told him it was a dream of mine to expand into other platforms. He has called me the N-word after I've said sorry about a situation. I said I'm sorry for telling him my goals and dreams, and he belittled me. He belittled them, all trying to take control. Here it gets really bad. She says he proceeds to tell me to die in a hole, you sad little cunt, after all I asked for was reassurance. At our anniversary, I'll take someone out next week. You're nothing without me. I don't want you, LOL. I put up with you. Please bury yourself in the effing garden. DIE, just DIE in a effing hole, you dumb CUNT. I called him abusive, and then he calls me a melt. I told him I was going to bed, having not had any previous argument, and started a clash because I was in a bad tone. He said, I'm going to effing KILL you, and I'm going to break your neck. After this argument, this is so scary. She said after this argument, this same month is when we moved in with each other. This is when things got more real for me, and I decided to start noting things down, recording and texting my mom. I'm not going to share those messages. If you guys want to read them for yourself, you can check my description box. This is a very intimate conversation, and I want to focus on Alex because this is really about him, but I will, of course, have all this linked down below. It's just heartbreaking to see what she was saying to her parents. She said some other days after that argument, he would scream in my face telling me to KILL myself multiple times in arguments over small things. He would walk away and come back angry as if he couldn't leave without screaming, having me back down and be silent until I broke down. This evolved to where I would be shaking and scared for my life every time he came close or was in the same room while us arguing. He blamed me for our arguments. He broke her glasses. My God. Here she says, at this point, it was the second time he'd hurt me and I was scared, so I texted my friend to pick me up and I started packing. He follows me around the house screaming random things at me, trying to justify his actions for going too far. I recorded this because I was scared he would hit me again. I say nothing and I'm panicking to the point where I am sweating from fear. He's following me around, screaming at me, calling me the N-word and useless, etc. After I left, I later picked up my things and he threatened to throw them outside. A 4K plus setup. I found everything on the floor taken apart. The keyboard was smashed and scattered everywhere. He claims the keys had fallen off my keyboard when he was packing it all away. When I got home and plugged everything in, I found the monitor screens were smashed to bits. The keyboard was broken and the camera too. The first exchange that we need to go over, she said here, the 20th of December was the day I decided to no longer put up with his behavior. I was getting the house ready for his parents to come over for dinner, and Alex did not clean or prepare anything. He must have thought I was angry at him because I was cleaning the kitchen. He was constantly asking me if anything is wrong. I tell him multiple times, I'm fine, nothing is wrong, I just want to clean. He started shouting, getting hysterical, thinking I'm lying, and then I'm pissed off. I say very few words due to the fact that I'm mentally drained. I had nothing left in me. When we had these arguments, I barely said anything. He asked for tasks he could do to help in panic. I told him to wipe the sides of the kitchen counters, take out the bins, etc. He starts screaming after I gave him one task, telling me he can't handle more than one at a time. So he overreacts. I start to walk away. On my way out of the kitchen, he kicks me in the back and I turn and say nothing. And then of course he goes on to love bomb and say, sorry, I'm so sorry, Alice, shall I stop? Trying to get in touch with her through multiple different avenues, so on and so forth. What I want to do is I would like to focus on the videos. Before we get over to the videos, I want to go over this notepad screenshots that she has here. She lists all of the names and phrases that he would say to her regularly. And then she mentions the 19th of October, day 4 since moving in together, the first time he's gotten physical with me. I walked away for space for 1 minute. He grabbed my hood and pulled me back onto the floor. He put me in a headlock and covered my mouth twice while arguing, calling me delusional crazy. Tells me I need to leave when I've shut myself in a room. Telling him I need space. Will dig and dig at me for hours until I break. I raise my voice and he looks at me and pauses and calls me crazy and psycho. And then it mentions the 28th of December again, where they were arguing and he kicked her as she walked away. She moved out after that day, and that's when he went through different avenues to try to love bomb and take fake accountability, which was obviously all BS. So let's get into the video clips that have been circulating. And of course, if y'all want to read more in detail about any of this, my description box will have all of the links to what Alice released. But there's just so much. There is so much. If I went through every single text and read them all out, we would be here for 4 hours. And I don't want to respond to someone's abuse for 4 hours, but I do want to have this conversation because it is absolutely wild to me, and justice needs to be served. Alex needs to be fully investigated and pay for what he did to Alice. So let's get into the clips and then we'll round out with my final thoughts.
About you, and this is the thing, and this is why I fucking go round and round in circles. I join call, and when you're talking to me, going, this is the thing, even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway. So it's just fucking weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up. Like most of my friends struggle to actually understand what I'm saying. But that's why I'm a professional and you're all not. Sorry first.
So I'm a fucking whore mouth bitch retard.
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the maybe
offensive.
Okay. I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take the fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend.
You're acting like this is all just me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this.
So, you know, this guy Alex, this 25-year-old coward that is stuck in, you know, the mind of a 14-year-old who thinks that domestic violence and threatening to unalive your partner is acceptable. I hope that he not only gets karma, but this is far beyond karma. This is needing to be charged for the abuse that he inflicted upon Alice. There's just way too much evidence out there, and I give Alice so much praise for being able to come forth with everything. And I hope that she knows that she is supported and so many people are rallying around her, because nobody should have to go through this. And it's just gut-wrenching to see everything that she has put out and the things that she had to experience. So either way, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video here. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.